All right. So, with everything going on with this massive Jeffrey Epstein scandal, the Trump administration has, of course, been fucking desperate to get everyone to move off of this and to something else. Uh, Trump the other day threatened to take away Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship randomly to distract everyone, and he even called her like a fucking menace to humanity or some shit, or a threat to humankind. Completely unhinged shit, to distract. And and it looks like it's not really working. People are, you know, if you guys have ever heard of the Streisand effect, it's where um the more someone tries to cover up something and get people to move on and distract them to other shit, the more they do that, the more people are like, wait, hold up, what's going on here? Why are you trying so hard to distract me? Is there something you don't want me to know? Is there something I should know that you don't want me to know? What's going on here? And that's exactly what's been happening. So I got this video for you guys uh, of Trump talking about how he feels about people who are still talking about Jeffrey Epstein and the Epstein files. Here, let's take a watch.
This morning, President Trump snapping at his own supporters who have criticized his administration's handling of the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
They're stupid people.
As Republicans press the Justice Department to release additional files, the president calling it all a hoax. Writing on social media, my past supporters have bought in, hook, line, and sinker.
His past supporters? What? Interesting.
Saying let these weaklings continue forward because I don't want their support anymore.
That's fucking wild, man. Holy shit. He's just straight up saying, get the fuck out of my cult. I don't want you anymore. Damn, bro. You've been excommunicated from the cult over Jeffrey Epstein because you did not show unquestioning fealty to the fucking golden jackass over here.
It's not the Attorney General, no. I know it's a hoax.
But for years, it was Trump and some of his closest allies, including his FBI director, Kash
I
Patel.
know, right? It's been fucking MAGA pushing this too for so long. And it's like, yeah, anyway.
And his deputy Dan Bongino, who pushed conspiracy theories about Epstein and his alleged client list. Even his own vice president saying this in 2024.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list.
And the president's son last summer.
How is it that my father can be convicted of 34 crimes, but no one on Epstein's list
Oh my God.
has even been brought to light?
DOJ and the FBI say their
That's
investigation.
fucking wild, man. I don't understand how these people cannot put two and two together. How they're just so fucking fundamentally incapable of putting two and two together. And how these people were pushing this narrative and this story for so long, and now that they're in power and they have all the power to actually do something about it and release the fucking files, they just refuse to do so, and all of a sudden they've become the biggest fucking pussies in the world, man. Jesus Christ. These people are fucking chicken shit, gutless cowards is what they are, man. And continuing on this Jeffrey Epstein story, I have this article for you guys from CNN, and they're reporting on another article by the Wall Street Journal. And here, the headline reads, Wall Street Journal, birthday letter to Epstein bore Trump's signature drawing of naked woman. Here, look at these two fucks. Anyway. A collection of letters gifted to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday in 2003 included a note bearing Donald Trump's name and an outline of a naked woman, according to a Wall Street Journal report published Thursday. The drawing, depicting a woman's breasts and a Donald signature in the place of pubic hair. Man, what a fucking gross ass creep. Really? I totally believe it, by the way. Like, that totally sounds like something Mr. Grab him by the pussy would do, by the way. Like, definitely. I totally believe it. Anyway. In place of pubic hair surrounded several lines of typewritten text. According to the newspaper, which reviewed the letter, it concluded with the line, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret?" What the fuck? Anyway. Trump, in an interview with the Journal on Tuesday, denied that he wrote the letter or drew the picture and threatened to sue the newspaper if it published the story. Quote, "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women," he said, according to the Journal. It's not my language. It's not my words. I never wrote a picture in my life. Are we sure that's not a typo? What the fuck, man? This man's brain is fucking cooked, bro. His brain is fucking spaghetti noodles. It's gone. It's fucking gone. Holy shit. Anyway, in response to the story, Trump posted on Truth Social Thursday night that he'd ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. She quickly responded on X that she was ready to do so on Friday, though the process of getting judges to sign off on such a move would likely take considerably longer. Earlier in the evening, Trump vowed to sue the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch, saying that he and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had warned them about publishing the story and that the letter was, quote, fake. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly, the Truth Social Post reads. What a fucking pussy. Seriously, man. Like, he's so fucking thin-skinned and pathetic and weak that he has to resort to lawfare, like, at anything. He's like a fucking Karen of lawfare, man. Like, he really is. Like, yeah. And here, I have this clip for you guys here of this video from MSNBC about this letter, and it's really interesting. So here, I want to show it to you guys. Take a look.
Our own confidence in the Wall Street Journal's reporting. Before Donald Trump posted that on social media tonight, his vice president got out ahead of Donald Trump on social media and said something that Donald Trump refused to say in his own social media post. What J.D. Vance wrote tonight could be his first big move to become the next president of the United States without waiting for the next election, because what J.D. Vance wrote tonight adds fuel to the fire burning in Trump world about the Epstein files, which now will burn all the hotter because of the Wall Street Journal's reporting tonight. J.D. Vance said what could be the most harmful thing anyone on the Trump team could say tonight. In his social media post, J.D. Vance used Donald Trump's new favorite form of public presidential profanity in J.D. Vance's best imitation of Donald Trump. J.D. Vance wrote, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullcrap. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is the letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump?" And in another...
Interesting.
Post, J.D. Vance wrote, doesn't it violate some rule of journalistic ethics to publish a letter like this without showing it to the victim of this hit piece? The answer is no. It does not violate journalistic ethics. And the worst thing that can happen to Donald Trump is for the Wall Street Journal or anyone else to release publicly a copy of that letter. The worst thing that could happen to Donald Trump is exactly what his vice president, J.D. Vance, is demanding tonight. J.D. Vance, the person who would move up to the presidency, if this issue becomes so difficult that it drives Donald Trump out of the presidency through impeachment or resignation. We have seen this happen to a president before.
Isn't that interesting, huh? Could that be it? Certainly a possibility, right? That he's saying, well, this administration's cooked. Let me see if I can at least save myself. Maybe. I mean, isn't it like only like 5% of people in the country that even believe this? That even think Trump is like, or sorry, that even think the Epstein files shouldn't be released? Like, the vast majority of the country is on the same side on this one. So it's like, is he just reading the room? And maybe, could be, right? Anyway, let's keep watching.
And Donald Trump has never been weaker. And J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance of all people, is saying, show us the letter, demanding to see the letter. Donald Trump
I know,
did.
Right? Like, isn't it interesting, too, that he posted that before Trump posted his response? That's so interesting. Now, maybe they got together beforehand and agreed on what they would say, but I find that unlikely, that he would post his response before Trump. And then that's the other part, is like, he's asking to see the letter. He's asking for receipts. And it's like, look, could it actually be him trying to defend Trump? I guess. But at the same time, maybe he's saying, well, I can maybe play both sides here, right? Like, maybe, you know, if I say it like this and, you know, and I tiptoe around and I say the right thing, maybe I can play both sides and both, you know, say, hey, Donald, I defended you. Look, I stood up for you. I said, hey, show us the evidence, you know? But if and when they do show the evidence, he can also say, well, look, see, I said, show us the evidence. You know, I convinced them to show us the letter. And so he's playing both sides like the smarmy fucking weasel that he is. And he's trying to fucking have his cake and eat it too. I believe it for sure. I believe that that's definitely a possibility going through his mind right now. Anyway, let's keep watching.
Did not dare to say, where is the letter, in his social media post tonight, which occurred 40 minutes
That's
after
interesting
J.D.
too.
Vance's social media post tonight. Donald Trump is not asking to see that letter.
Yeah,
Donald Trump doesn't
why?
want you to see that letter. But J.D. Vance wants you to see that letter. If J.D. Vance creates a groundswell demand by more and more Trump supporters for the release of that letter, that could do more damage to Donald Trump than anything that has ever happened to Donald Trump in his entire political career. And it's J.D. Vance who's doing this. Once again tonight in Donald Trump's public comments about Jeffrey Epstein, who he used to call a terrific guy, Donald Trump portrayed himself as a victim and only himself. In Donald Trump's mind, he's the only victim in this story. And as usual, he does not have one word of sympathy tonight to offer Jeffrey Epstein's real victims. And I'm going to read to you the words of just one.
Like, that's the other part. Holy shit. Like, these women and girls have been, used by these disgusting politicians to push forward their agenda and their narrative. And now that they have the power to actually do justice for them, they're instead covering up for this horrible man who exploited and trafficked and basically enslaved these women with blackmail and with coercion and shit. And it's like, and now they're all pretending like, hey, these all of these stories of these victims aren't real, or even if they are, like, they weren't being trafficked or whatever. It's like, it's such bullshit, and it's so obviously bullshit too. And I'm so sorry to these women who have been used first by Jeffrey Epstein and now by these scumbag politicians who just care about themselves and about, yeah, it's disgusting. It's really disgusting how they're covering up for these fucking elites who are running our government and our society behind the scenes while doing these disgusting things to women and children. It's horrifying. Um, and thankfully, at least it looks like there's a lot of people who are not taking it, who are not just accepting this bullshit, and that's good. Hopefully, we keep seeing more of this, because yeah, these women deserve justice for everything that happened to them and everything that's still happening to them with this. It's just some sick bullshit. So, hey everyone, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can make this channel grow. This has been Revolution Television, where the revolution is televised. Peace.